Good morning. I'm looking at some rusty cars again. I'm here at Daisy Hill, and the first one I've found is an early Monaro. I know about this car. I saw this 10 years ago, probably. So I'll show you what I think it is, or what I can see anyway. We can see that it had a red interior, some red on the dashboard there. It was a white car with some black accents, which you'll see on the side here. So that's the driver's rear quarter. We had some stripes. Hard to say, but it's had a couple of goes at being painted. What else we got? Oh, we got some window winder mechanisms, regulators, whatever they might be called. Still some useful parts on there, I'd guess, because I think the problem with these is that little toothed sprockety bit there. That one might be still okay. Well, that's there. That's actually, I know they have reproductions of these, but there's a genuine one there, and over this side as well. You'll see one down in there. Okay, I don't know whether, when I see these things, I don't know whether they're auto or manual. I think that moves. Yeah, that looks like it moves pretty easily. So I think that might be a three-speed column. A little bit of windscreen, that would be the rear, is my guess. Windscreen trim there. Radiator support panel. Front suspension bits. It's a bit of the wiper arm thingy there. There's not much else to really show. Oh, that's off the handbrake. There's not much else to really tell which one it is, whether it's a K, a T, or a G. Striker. But yeah, basically a white car, red interior. I think, I don't know, sometimes they could, I don't know if that'd be a homemade paint job. Depends how old it was when this car went over the edge here. It was upside down. So that's the passenger side there. There's a rear bumper. Shocky. Seat springs, yeah, not much else. Shocky and a little ashtray thingy. I was here once before, actually I was here 2 weeks ago, but the audio was useless. So I'm back. I've had to go over a couple of the rusty bits and pieces that I know of. So okay, I will go back up to the top. My bike is up on the top there. And I'll give you a rough direction if you're interested in this kind of thing. And if you're in Daisy Hill, it's not far from the quarry. There was somebody sitting up there. It's a popular spot up there, especially on a weekend. If there's nobody up there, I'll give you a quick point in the direction of where this car is. Okay, so if anybody wants to have a look at that old Monaro, here's the quarry, and on the upper edge here there's a really nice little lookout. But if you turn this way and follow the track straight over to the scree slope, it's a little bit slippery, it's not very stable, but the old Monaro is down there. Okay, there are a few people around, so I'm just trying to keep them out of shot. So that's the Monaro. Off to the Gemini. I'll see you there. Here we are at the Gemini. It's not too far down from the Monaro. It's on the same side of the park, up a little side road. But this has some bits that you can recognise. This has been here for as long as I can remember, and it's still in good condition. I mean, the same condition. It's not in good condition at all, but it's in the same, almost as I left it. This one's white. At least I think it was white, unless it was that real dull, or also real light beigey colour. I think these came in as well. All right, front bumper. Tells me it's a TE, well, roughly. I don't know for sure, but I'm saying roughly a TE Gemini. Got some rack and pinion parts there. What's left of the back bumper. Oh yeah. Caliper. All right, that's about all. See, there's the colour that makes me think it's not actually white, but not off-white, not eggshell, but a really pale beigey looking thing. Oh, look, nolithane. Had some nolithane bushes in there. Well, I guess there's not much more to it. To this one, there's, on the way out of Daisy Hill here, it's a Holden, could be a HX or something. And I saw this a long time ago as well, but I always thought for some reason it was a Vacationer, and I don't know what made me think that. Because it's not, I mean, unless it had one of those emblems or a sticker on the C panel or something, pillar, not panel, C pillar. I've always thought it was a Vacationer. But anyway, that's not important, but I'll show you the remains of that, and then we're getting out of Daisy Hill and going across the road to the Ford Road Conservation Area. This is all that remains of an old Holden that I always thought was a Vacationer. I don't remember why I thought it was a Vacationer, but 20 years ago this was more of a car than it is today. I think it may have had that sticker on the side. Now back then we didn't, well, our phones didn't have cameras like they do today, so I would have been snapping shots all the time. So now it's just a guess, or just to trust in my memory, that this was a Vacationer. Again, I'll say not that that really matters, but there it is. It had the emblem down there. I know that varies a little bit, I think, between the X and the J. What was the other one? And the Z. So that could be a little something there to help tell what this one is. But it has the pinstripes. That's part of it. Now, I know you can get pinstripes for your car, I know that, but yeah, there's nothing at the back there now. There's some heavy bits there, bit of chassis. I mean, the Holdens did have one hell of a front chassis on them, and that's still pretty much intact, but not much else at all. Okay, I've arrived back at this mess here. This is a remake of the last one. That's why all this has been unearthed. I'm trying to gather information on this, but there's not a whole lot in here. We got that strut tower like that there. We've got this little tiny piece, well, not that tiny, but it's pretty small. We got this front left mudguard. I don't know if that's dinted up there. We've got this shape around where the bumper would be. We've got a bit of a style crease along there, and up on top, I think it's a bit flat on. Yeah, it is a bit flat on the side, on the top. Not a whole lot to go on with. So with the struts like that, being an older car, well, I think it's probably a rear wheel drive. This door is just the only other real clue. And looking at this, oh look at this. Is that a door hinge? There was another hinge over there, and I thought it wasn't part of the car. This is very strange. If that's just lying there, there's the door, that little crease in it, and this big door handle opening. This part here, I think, is like your spare wheel hanger frame. Now that's a huge door. That's a really long door. But now that I've seen, oh look, I think that was the edge there, the leading edge of the door. So there it is. Now there's a hinge. It's a very unusual car. I can't pick what it is, but there's another one of those which I threw over there thinking it was not related at all. Now the door has some very unusual hinges. That's that one. If you're still with me, you find this a little bit interesting and maybe curious to know what this old thing was. It's just as interesting as can be for me. I guess it was red, faded down to that orange colour. Okay. Oh, a little bit of Holden coming up. Okay, it's not much. It's not much, but it's something. It's a little bit of rust out here. Here's a bit of bumper. Gotta say, I love that iridescence on there, if that's what it's called. I'll put this back with the other bit over here. Okay, and some bumper. That is the inside. It's been cut with an oxy, so it's ruined. That's an inside trim up near the top of the doors where the hood lining is. That piece you can see right there is the, what is that? That was a coat hanger hook. That's what that was. Not very good now. And this piece here is probably from up around the gutter. And it's been cut with an oxy, and that's no good either. Last few bits. See, definitely cut and hacked before it was dumped. Another piece of, I think that's like the bottom of the pillar between the two doors, the B pillar. Petrol tank, some subframe, yeah, just all cut up. That bit's still intact. Okay, it's got a twin filament, so that's indicator and Parker. And with this little hole here, that's where the special emblem would have went on. Same over there, I think it would have said special. Holden, not Holden special, but special. And that little hole there, I think that's telling me this was an EJ. Because the EJ had an extra little chrome piece above the headlight and ran across the bonnet as well. For all we know, there could be a few more bits under the leaves. but that would require dragging a magnet, do some magnet fishing on the surface of the ground there, but I'm not carrying all that extra gear for that. I've got one, oh no, there's two more. There's two more that I remember. This Ford Road conservation area is pretty big. There are creeks and gullies and hills, and there would just have to be, there's just no way that I've found all the bits in this place. There's a mystery car there, an EJ there. The next one I'm going to see straight down there, and then one which takes a little bit of getting to, a little bit of effort. You'll see that one as well. This is the one I wanted to show you. Commodore, early Commodore. Big wraparound rear bumper. I think that's what that is. Oh, this is all over the place. Oh, this really is all over the place. Okay, we've got the front strut here. There's your rotor. And there are some steering parts. I don't know what end I'm looking at here. Some springs. A bit of aluminium. There's a caliper. Got a cast aluminium caliper. Yeah, definitely Commodore. What's this here? Steering. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, what a, yeah, steering component. I may have cut my finger then. That's okay. Right, door handle. Oh yeah, there's your steering. Your column goes onto there. Top of the door. Spider, little spider. You probably won't pick him up. Front bumper, straight 6 automatic. And here's the diff. The whole differential is just there. There's the diff house. It's a nice metallic. Hey, wait on, look, someone's scribbled something on here. Look at this. 28th of the 10th, 96. I don't know if there's any other. Oh, is that? All right, we'll get this yet. Peggy, okay, P-E-G-G-Y. Peggy was here, 28th of the 10th, 1996. Look at that, very interesting. I thought I was any silly bugger who did stuff like that. Steering wheel. Rear door handle. Not a whole lot else. Spring. Yeah, nothing even worth saving on this. I don't want to upset that little spider. Put him to work, make a new web for nothing. SL, isn't SLE? That could be the fancy trim part of an SLE. I guess if it's got the metallic, like a nice sage green metallic looking colour, it's very nice. It's possible that it was an SLE. Not SLX, it's a SLE. Or was it? Anyway, doesn't matter. It looked like maybe a slightly upmarket version of the first series Commodore. I'll leave this one here. There's not much else. I've seen everything that I think I can see. Nothing salvageable at all. Alright. This is an Escort. And it's one of the few cars that aren't actually burnt. So I'm guessing that this is, let's say, about a 1978 Ford Escort sedan. Hey, it's got some plastic headlight buckets there. So, yeah, they had round headlights, didn't they, this model? All right, this car was a bronzy colour, and it had a pretty rough or pretty quick teal sprayed over the top, probably without any rubbing back at all. All right, there's the steering. Oh, it's got some engine mounts, steering rack. I've seen about 3 or 4 racks today. Lucky me. No front suspension. What kind of door handle these ones had, but that's seized up. Well, there it is. Definitely not burnt. There's the remaining carpet, plastic. It's got all the wiring. And the glove box is here. It must have been well underneath there. So there's your glove box or glove compartment. No dash parts or instruments. Got some pedals down in there. It was a manual. There's the floor change. They'd all be floor change, whether they're auto or manual anyway. More wiring. Rear guards just hanging on. That bumper bar, that bumper's almost usable. That's, oh, if I'm careful I'll run my hand along the edge there. I even think the chrome is good. It's got some hammer marks from the inside. The rubbery bit's no good. That spring's doing its job. Still good. Ooh. Not long before this one will be level with the ground. Sort of diff. Well, at least the housing, no axles, no differential. There's a backing plate there for the brakes. Nothing real. Oh, the bumper. I reckon that rear bumper would still be usable. Clever people can straighten those out. Right, last look at the front here. Last little bit. Tie rod end. It's got the heater. The heater core. I just call it a heater core. I don't know what a matrix is, but I hear them called that as well. So I just go core. I might be way off on the names of those things. So that's weird. That's metal on that side. And that one's plastic. Strange. Anyhow, I'll leave the Escort at that. I have to look forward to getting back up the hill. On the way out, there's a recently stolen and burnt BMW. Recently, as 2 weeks ago, it was still there. So I'll see if it's still in there and have a quick look at that. And what a waste. Oh, that's such a waste of just the pollution off that thing. There's a little engine there. That's like a 4-cylinder. Hey, I wonder if this was one of those hybrids. Little turbo on the side. I don't know if this is petrol or diesel. I'm not going to look under there for clues. Geez, those are huge wheels. The mudguards are aluminium. And so are the doors. Huh. Got some big exhaust tips on there. Pretty fancy for a little 4-cylinder. Alright, nothing too spectacular there. Okay, this is the last one for today. I'm heading home. I'm not looking for any more today. So, just want to say thank you for making it all the way to the end with me. I'd love a like. A sub would be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. If you like this kind of thing, been out in the bush looking for old relics, bits of rust and other parts of recent history, then stay tuned, because I'm sure to be back out here doing this kind of thing. All right, cheers. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.